Who do you like? Final score, Patriots versus Jaguars on Sunday in London.
I think I'm going to go Patriots 28, Jaguars 17.
Okay, an 11-point win for the Patriots.
Because I really do think that with Drake Maye, like things are very different. We just saw this team score 28 points. Like we don't really see the Patriots score 28 points unless it's Bailey Zappi on the road, against an AFC team in 2023. Right. So I do think that he's going to, like I said, be able to move the ball, get some of those chunk plays, move them down the field. It's going to be tough. Probably no Ramondre Stevenson. Antonio Gibson kind of showed last week. The offensive line didn't help him, obviously, but also some of those plays that Ramondre Stevenson slips out of tackles. I don't know if Antonio does that quite as much or quite as frequently, although he does have that ability. So I think it's going to be a lot on the passing game, but I think this will be a solid matchup for them outside of Josh Hines-Allen potentially versus DeMontre Jacobs. And then with the defense, I think if the Patriots do start fast, like they said, maybe get themselves out to a lead, you keep the Jaguars from being able to run, play to your strengths with the pass defense. So I do think the Patriots win this one handily. Also because the Jaguars seem like they're imploding. The Patriots aren't in great shape either, but they're at the beginning where people are going to have more patience. Yep. The Jaguars, like you mentioned earlier, seem like they're becoming more impatient every week. So I think the Patriots win this one pretty convincingly and have a nice trip home.
I think so too. I do think the Patriots get their second win of the season. I think it's going to be closer though, and I think it's going to be a little less scoring. I'm going to go 24-21 Pats, where they win the game. Drake Maye throws the ball around the yard. They only let up 21 points, which is really good compared to the 41 they let up last week against Houston. They keep these guys in check a little bit, send the Jaguars home packing, and potentially send Doug Peterson away, where I think he's on the hot seat. And perhaps, unfortunately, by the way, I don't wish anyone to lose their job. I know it firsthand that it doesn't feel great. And but yeah, I will say that I think the Patriots win this one and send the Jaguars to 1-6.
Would I be surprised if the Jaguars blew out the Patriots? No. Would I be surprised if the Patriots blew out the Jaguars? No. And Doug Peterson's fired coming back from London? No. So, and as you can tell, I haven't given this a lot of thought. I wrote down the point spread and all that, but I didn't really think about what my pick would be. 6 points is just too much to me. So I think the Jaguars win the game. I think they save Doug Peterson's job for a week. I'm going to go Jaguars 27, Patriots 24. I think that this Jaguars offense is going to pose problems for the Patriots. I think that Peterson over the years has kind of had the number of the Patriots defense, and we know it's a little different. Bill's not here anymore. Remember what he did in the Super Bowl with the Eagles. In my mind, it seems like the Jaguars offense with Peterson, as long as he's been there, has always been decent against the Patriots. I think he understands the rules of this defense. So that scares me, along with their extra prep time being over there in London. I love Bigsby, the running back, because Etienne is dealing with a hamstring injury. He practiced the other day. Is he going to be able to answer the bell? I don't know. He's a dynamic talent out of the backfield, but I think that Tank Bigsby is the type of guy. He's a workhorse that can do inside, outside. He's tough to break down. And the rookie wide receiver, Brian Thomas, a guy I loved in the pre-draft process. It would have been a guy that I would have loved to see the Patriots get and pair with Drake Maye if they could have traded up for him. I don't think that was in the cards, but I can't wait. I want to see Gonzalez against Brian Thomas, because that's two really talented young guys who could be really good for years to come. Ingram's good. I think their offensive line is pretty good for the most part. Right tackle Anton Harrison is sort of the weak link over there, but I'm a little fearful for this matchup for the Patriots defense against the Jaguars, because I do think they're pretty good. It's just a matter of, do the Jaguars just limit their mistakes? If they play mistake-free, this is going to be a tough game.
I think the Patriots are going to win against Jacksonville, who's a 5.5-point favorite. First time as a favorite over the Patriots, by the way, since 2006, Christmas Eve. Patriots went down to Jacksonville and clinched the AFC East title. Tom Brady threw a touchdown pass to rookie tight end David Thomas. That's how long ago that was. Anyway, I think the Patriots are going to win. Yes, the football will be ugly. No, it is not permissible in mid-October to start looking at the top of the draft. Half of the season is not over if you were in this camp of one of the Patriots to lose or tank or anything like this. Just enjoy what you have, because Drake Maye, as Derek Clausen and I discussed last week, has completely changed that. It doesn't mean anything is guaranteed moving forward, Drake Maye, even tomorrow or in the future. But his physical skill set has unlocked so many new dimensions for this offense, which we'll get into in a second, all of which is to say, I hope you enjoy Pats Jags, even if we all know this is going to be a pig with a little bit of perfume on it. Drake Maye, I believe, will do a whole lot more of dropping back, faking a handoff to Ramondre Stevenson, who's back, looking deep and finding plenty of spaces in Jacksonville's zone or spaces to find man-to-man coverage via Pop or Kayshon Boutte or Kendrick Bourne. This is, I think, going to be a big game for Drake Maye. It doesn't mean he won't get strip sacked if he turns around and play action or doesn't throw a pick or two. I think you will see a downfield attacking passing offense in a way that we have not seen yet because of the way Jacksonville's defense is built and the way the Patriots are finally starting to find their pieces offensively that say, okay, we might be able to do this. One last, do this the way that Alex Van Pelt wants to. Now, one last wrinkle offensively. Drake Maye, I think you will see more involved in the QB run game, especially in the tight end zone, especially on third down, and maybe even fourth and short. You have a super athletic 6'4", 225-pound quarterback who did not run in any design runs against Houston. We saw this in the preseason, scored his first NFL touchdown on a run. That's coming. I don't know if it's tomorrow, but that is something I would be aware of if I was a defensive coordinator preparing for the Patriots going, they would just be stupid not to involve him in this. And I'm not talking 10 zone reads a game, right? That exposes him to more hits. You don't want your rookie quarterback to get just demolished in a way that you were inviting that, as opposed to just calling drop back passes where, hey, that's just something you can't avoid, the threat of pressure and hits. But maybe 4 or 5, okay? QB power, zone read, power read. We could see a lot of those different things. I think we might be starting to see them here on Sunday.
Both teams need the win desperately. I think if the Jags don't get the win, Doug Peterson's not coming home on the team plane. I would imagine he'd be fired because they'll be 1-6 after, the owner said this is the best team that we've had since I've been the owner here. So I don't know how it plays out. I'm not good at making predictions, but I think the Patriots have, to me, the feeling of a little bit of life, even though they're 1-5 and have lost 5 in a row, where Jacksonville is 1-5, won a couple weeks ago, but then got absolutely smacked by Chicago and just feels like a dead team walking.
Yeah, this feels like Doug Peterson's last game as the Jaguars coach. You're not going to fire the guy you're in London, and I know Bill Simmons made the whole joke of they'll give Doug 33C on the way home and coach in the middle seat, which was a rare good one from him and Cousin Sal. But listen, I'm going to be extremely optimistic about the Patriots here, which it might be crazy. To me, they're going to win 2 of their next 3 games, and I know people. Maybe it's blowing smoke and whatever. Tennessee's horrible, and we said they were going to be horrible. They're even worse than I think we all kind of thought. Yeah. The defense has gotten worse every week. I think you start to just, it's hard to play the same energy every week knowing your quarterback is going to let you down. The Calvin Ridley, what do you have, 8 targets, no catches? I'm not sure. I think that's it's as bad as it gets. Jacksonville's horrible. I think everyone on their team has played badly. Literally, like, no one's played well. And then on top of that, I know they're at home again a second week in London and everything like that, but a lot of guys talking about quitting, the culture. They're a team that's, look, if New England gets out and Jacksonville gets out to a lead early on, maybe they play differently. But this feels like a team that, like, the Patriots go up 10-0. They have a good first drive and they get points in the second. The game's over. Like, that, it's just the reality of it. The Patriots are a mess. I'm not telling you they're not. I'm not telling you they're a good team by any means. But I feel like with Drake Maye, and again, I thought his debut was extremely encouraging, but I also think we're doing a little too much. I think there is a little bit of, like, he had 3 touchdowns, and it's like, okay, let's relax a little bit. But
he also turned it over 3 times. Yeah.
He turned it over 3 times, but that's kind of what you want. And at this point with Drake Maye, like, I'd rather see the ball go in the end zone. I think you want the opposite of the Zach Wilson experience, where it's like, oh, Zach didn't have a lot of turnovers, but he had his 18 touchdowns through his first 36 starts. Like, I'd much rather Drake Maye be like, hey, if we can cut back 10% of the interceptions, he's more of the Jordan Love, like 28 touchdowns, 17 picks, as opposed to, like, I don't know, the Patriots really want to be a guy that's like, they just had Mac Jones, right? Like, I don't think that's what they didn't draft Drake Maye to be that. So I think the Patriots take care of business this week, and I think they take care of business against Tennessee. And I think they're a 4-6 team or 3-6 team going against, right? They'll be 3-6. That it would be 3-6 playing Chicago, who I think people are going to, I just think they could make their season a little bit more competitive, and maybe they win 5 games this year. And that seems crazy at this point to say that, but this is the part of the schedule to get fat on.
Support us and sign up at PrizePicks. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS or download the app today and use code CLNS at prizepicks.com/CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play $5.